Let's go ahead and dive in with this topic here. We've had inflation, stagflation, even shrinkflation. Now we're experiencing what some are describing as funflation, which is the recent boom in consumer spending on entertainment and experiences with high demand causing prices to skyrocket, like the Taylor Swift and Beyonce concert tours, for example. Retailers like Best Buy, they're even blaming funflation for its slipping TV sales. I have to wonder, at what point do you advise clients to carve out a category for these in their retirement plan?
Well, that was an interesting title and topic when I saw, the show discussions for this week. And I thought, if you look at what the price of a concert ticket, and I've been blessed to go to a couple concerts this year, probably my highlight one was taking my son and wife to Luke Bryan and doing the farm tour down south by Columbus. It was a great event, but yeah, ticket prices are a lot more expensive today than kind of what I remember them being. When you're developing a financial plan, I think one of the important things is everybody that's close to her retirement time should have some form of financial plan put together for you. If you don't, reach out to our office as a radio show listener. For 5 callers, we'll put together a financial plan. We'll give you access to our planning tools. We use a software program. It's called Right Capital. And so within Right Capital, what we can do is we can put in all the pertinent information, who is the family, how many children are there, what are the goals for the kids, for expenses, what are the savings rates that you're putting in your 401k, your IRA, what are your income, what are your retirement income sources like Social Security, pension? And if you put all that information in there, what it'll do is it'll give you the probability of success of being able to meet your income goals in retirement. And so when we look at income goals in retirement, I would say the majority of the time, most of the software is looking at planning for what is called the knowns. It's planning for somebody's budget. You know how much it is for your living expenses. Sure, there's inflation and grocery costs get more expensive, but you're creating a budget. So when you're creating your budget and what you know is your known expenses, one of the things that's important that I would say is that you want to have enough money set aside to cover those known expenses in retirement time with things that are reliable income sources. That could be like Social Security, it could be a pension, it could be generating annuity income, or something that's predictable income. The money, there's going to be other extra expenses that come up along the way, whether in this case it's the high cost of concert tickets or, for many retirees we work with, it's doing some of those lifelong trips that they want to do. I hear about clients and help clients with developing a plan to take like a Viking River cruise, or, a client that I just recently talked with and got back from London, a client that her and her husband are going on a cruise through the Panama Canal. These are those extra expenses that come up along the way. So as you develop your financial plan, what you definitely want to do is make sure that you add into the goals some of those other things that are going to come up along the way and find out how it's going to impact your success in meeting your retirement goals. So you could have things like education that could be helping out your grandchildren. You want to make sure that you build in there a car fund account. Having money that's set aside each and every month that goes into the car fund account, because if you're going to need $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 to take out of your investment accounts in a year to replace the car, that could have a big impact on what your withdrawal rate is that year. Vacations. I think vacations are fantastic. You can even have vacations as part of the overall goal. Maybe it's wedding, and that could be helping out with your grandchildren's wedding in the future if that's important to you. Maybe it's the desire of a secondary property, or having a couple of months where you get a VBRO and rent somewhere to go. Those are the other type of goals that you want to incorporate into the plan. So as you develop a financial plan, you can put in there those extra expenses, and then you can stress test the plan on how it's going to impact you. The second thing that you do is, over and above the reliable income, those income sources that I talked about, on what you need for your normal living expenses, this is where your other investments are, your fun money, if you will. It could be the excess money that maybe you have in your stock market account, could be other bank savings that you have or other investments. That's kind of that fun money account. And when you have the years that you're overachieving your goals, that's when it's okay to consider some of those extra expenses. Spend while the economy and while the markets are doing good, while your investments accounts are up. Be careful not to try to spend your principal. I always tell people it's okay to spend the profits, just try not to spend your principal. So, again, what I want you to do is I want you to think about there are going to be extra expenses when it comes into retirement time. Whether you have a financial plan today or whether you don't, here at America's Retirement Headquarters, our team of professionals would be more than happy to get you started on developing a plan. Within that plan, what we can do is we can stress test your portfolio and show you what the probability of success of meeting your retirement goals. And then we can start to add in some of these extra expenses and have a conversation about how do you build a fund or an account that's designed for some of those things, like your vacation account, like your overall plan. And then from there, you're going to have a much more confident ability to continue to get to and move through retirement time. That's exactly what we can help for when you're looking at how to plan for extra expenses in retirement.
Because we all know that it's not just about the bills that you need to focus on in retirement. There's going to be the fun things, and as we all know, and as the question posed at the beginning, these fun things, they do cost money, they cost more and more money. So developing that financial plan is pivotal, and it's something that, as Nolan said earlier, if you're one of the first 5 callers, the team at America's Retirement Headquarters willing to put their decades and decades of experience to work for you complimentary. Just be one of the first 5 callers. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. That's 419-794-3030.